5 words cost me a year. Someone I trusted looked me in the eye and said, I wouldn't do that if I was you. They'd never built a business. They've never taken a leap of faith, never gone all in on anything. And I let those 5 words stop me. Here's what actually happens. You get excited about something new, an online business, a side project, whatever it is. And one of those first things you do is you go and ask people what they think. The problem? You ask people who have never done the thing you're asking about. If you want to build an online business, be very careful whose business advice you take. Because if they've never built one, their opinion is just a guess dressed up as wisdom. Friends and family usually mean well. They generally think they're protecting you. But their advice comes from their fears, not your possibilities. And there's a critical difference between those two things. There's a massive difference between I've tried this and here's what I've learned, and I wouldn't do that if I were you. One comes from experience, the other comes from assumption. So you accept someone's advice. Ask yourself one honest question. Does this person have actually hands-on experience in what I'm trying to do? Think about it this way. If you wanted to get fit, would you take fitness advice from someone who's never stepped inside a gym, never followed a training plan, never tracked a meal? Probably not. So why do we hand over our business decisions to people who have never taken a business risk in their lives? Now, here's the part most people won't admit out loud. Sometimes you're not really asking for advice, you're asking for permission. You want someone to look at you and say, yes, that's a good idea. Go for it. And the danger is when they say no, you use their opinion as the reason you don't start. Their fear becomes your excuse, and another year goes by. You can listen to people's opinions without automatically following them. That's a skill worth developing. Research things for yourself. Look at the actual facts. Understand the risks, the costs, the real mechanics of how something works. Then make your own decision. One you can actually stand behind. And don't blindly follow someone on YouTube either. Just because someone sounds confident doesn't mean they're right. That includes me. Don't start something simply because I tell you it's a good idea. That's not good enough. And you deserve better than that. If you're considering an online business, anything at all, understand what you're actually looking at. What does it cost to get started? What does the work actually involve day by day? How does the business model generate income? What are the realistic risks? Ask specific questions. Dig into the details. Then decide whether it generally makes sense for your situation, because at some point you've got to stop collecting opinions and start collecting your own experience. You might make the wrong call. That's part of life and business. But you'll learn more from taking one informed action than from spending another 12 months wondering what would have happened if I just tried. Who have you allowed to talk you out of something they have no experience doing themselves? That's worth sitting with for a second. Successful people still ask for advice constantly. They're just far more deliberate about who they ask. And they're even more deliberate about which advice they actually act on. Don't stop listening to people. Start being more careful about who earns the right to influence your decisions. Get advice, do your research, understand the risks going in, but ultimately take full responsibility for your own choice. That's what ownership looks like before you even start. Now, if anything I've said today has you thinking seriously about what an online business could actually look like for you, and you want to elevate something concrete on your own terms rather than just taking my word for it, the link is below. It's the turnkey residual income system at bigresidual.com. Go take a look at it, ask your questions, decide for yourself. That's exactly the point.